Quay, sorry. This has been a kind of a morning where I'm full of it this morning, Rev. It's 3:06 in the morning, West Coast time, still the 25th of July, 2025. Damn it, I feel like Edward R. Morrow doing his broadcast from his studio. I've got stuff I'm trying to get downloaded right now, including some of the videos I've done. And I'm going to do the compaction again, lots of video links under the description, so just one video sent out to you instead of you getting invaded. What you are going to get invaded somewhat. Since I'm not sending a bunch of cockroaches or anything through the mail. Oh my God. No, it just kind of pissed me off about it, Ed. I mean, it just pissed me off about it. I mean, you've heard about it, you've read about it, but here's the thing. You've been serving them too. You've been hearing the stories. But the one step you hadn't been in, the one step you hadn't been in, is turned into them. And then try to find a way to survive after that. My credit rating sucks. I looked at a credit sheet when I was applying to get credit for my dog, to pay for the vet bills. They gave me the credit score on it. It sucked. That's why they can only give me so much, not the amount I expected. Because I'm doing half payments with my energy bills. I used to do them full, but more expenses and more hands sticking out. Sometimes I have to deal with a dollop here and a dollop here and a dollop here, just to make sure that I got enough saved for that entire month, so I can push for the next month. This hasn't been easy. I mean, that's the excuse right there. I think I've heard too many things from too many people out there, even from the elites, who are saying, "Well, this isn't easy for me. How dare you? Don't you know there's homeless people all around us? Yeah, don't you know that some of them are actually dealing with bug-infested places to live? Well, it's on them, isn't it? They should just move somewhere else. Yeah, where they're going to move to? Well, it's not my problem. They're NIMBY. They're just not in my backyard. Go away. Yeah, go away. Go away. You're not my problem anymore. You're somebody else's. Go get. How dare you? Reverend Ed, you are a person that cares. How dare you? Don't you know we're supposed to be in a society that doesn't care about anybody anymore? It's all about the elitism. It's all about the money. It's all about the. It's all about the. It's all about. It's all about. It's all about. And just because you got stuff, how dare you have stuff? Well, I had stuff too, but I got tossed out because you NIMBYs tossed it out because you didn't want me over here. How dare you? I was trying to struggle for survival in the street, and these people came up and tossed it out in a garbage can. Everything I had. Now I can't even get to the garbage cans because the garbage cans are already emptied. I got nothing. Now what do you want me to do? It's bad enough when you see the people homeless. When you get children and family growing up on the streets. You talk about stigmatized, you talk about anger, frustration, and then hopelessness and desperation. Ed, you'll look at them through the eyes at that point over here, but you hadn't walked their shoes. Neither one of you had. It's not doing the survey, it's being there. Turning yourself into a homeless person. How do you do that? Well, you do the one thing. I kept telling him, it's one thing that turns you. It's the one domino that falls and makes the whole chain reaction go. Whatever that one thing is. I'm too damn aware of it on my end. Rent don't get paid, I get evicted. And I'm back on the streets. My credit rating sucks as it is, so I won't get a fancy place. Be lucky if I get a couch somewhere, hopefully without the bugs. My dog is still doing the best she can. Horrible thought is I might have to put her under, because I won't put her through this damn ordeal. There's a way in hell she'll be able to deal with it. I'll risk a credit. I'll risk a credit fallout on this one, but I won't put her through this shit. It's bad enough we got a roof over the head. I'm lucky enough to get some food for her and water. I can actually afford that. Rev, I get over 1,800 a month. For some people, that's a fortune. Other people, that's not enough. That's survival right now as it is. My bills, with all the little nitpicking, it takes about more than 3/4 of it. So I have to manage on food for the rest of the quarter for me and the dog on a monthly basis. The rent is over 500. That's with the additional charges of doing it online. The nitpick on you on that one. The entertainment sucks. It's almost 300. The energy bill fluctuates during the summertime. It's almost 200 a month. Start doing the ad. Little subscriptions here and there. Even the phone is 55. I know I gotta get on a free phone, but I don't qualify. Only because theoretically I'm supposed to give a phone back to the government. I don't know where the hell the damn thing is. And if I do, I don't know where the hell it is, to tell you the truth. This letter is between you and me and anybody else who's watching on your end. But everything else, I'm throwing it out there for people to watch and read and understand what the hell's going on. Because this shit right now is scarier than anything else I've done. Way. And how the hell am I not supposed to be able to deal with this? How am I not supposed to be able to handle this? I tell you the truth, honest to God, I don't know. I don't have an answer for anybody right now. I am just struggling for the survival. I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on, because it's too outlandish. I knew the homeless people were going to get into trouble, especially when I heard about Oregon passing their damn laws and going through the court systems, and that's what caught my attention when they went to the court systems, and then head up to Supreme Court. It was after that I knew we were in trouble, because the court was too conservative for the homeless people and looked at them as NIMBY. That's what happens when you make that much money on a damn pyramid. And you treat the rest of them as scrap. Scrap and garbage. Yeah, I know you're going to say it's way too bad, but I'm going to say screw the damn butt, Red. Screw the butt. It is. There's a lot of anger to it. There's a lot of anger and frustration in the homeless community on this one. I don't have to know it. I feel it. Once I'm part of it, once I was part of it, I've been to too many food giveaways, even when I had working income. Try this one. There's a story you're going to be groaning your ass on. I used to work for Walmart. The last job that damn near killed me. Part of the staff who was still working the hourly, they had to depend upon food stamps. They didn't make enough to keep the food going in our house, or the bills paid, or the rent, or the mortgage payments. And they struggled. Even though it had been there for years, they still had to struggle with food stamps. Which meant they still had to turn in the damn paperwork every so often. I have to keep filling out the damn paperwork, going over to the county building, turning in the paperwork. And because the persons were working, you had to keep your work uniform off so you can get the food stamps. You talked about embarrassment. But you're working, you're supposed to have it. Yeah, but if you had payment, it was less. And you had more taken out of it. How the hell were you supposed to be able to deal with it? You got me on that one. All I know is for most of my career over at Walmart, I'm on food stamps. Because I was taking care of 3 adults and 3 dogs. A roof over the head. Ma's social was trying to take care of until she passed. And David's social was kicking in somewhat. But it was still way too much for us. It was way too much. So we struggled. That was the only thing we knew how to do was struggle. I'm not proud of it. Nobody's proud of this damn stuff. We just survive it. The head has to be turned into a state where everything is not supposed to be affecting us emotionally. We're supposed to be turning into robots and just surviving. You lose your humanity that way. I can look at Gandhi and I can look at Christ in that way, but Gandhi didn't mind being homeless because people helped him a great deal. He taught. He wasn't earning an income, so to speak, but he was living on charity and what he was able to do at home. But we know about Christ wandering around from place to place. If anybody was homeless, he was. But he was also peddling his wares. One way or another, he was peddling his wares. So he was earning an income. Whatever kind of charity he was getting just to survive. A place he could crash at. He'd have a problem with us, wouldn't he? Suppose he would. If he saw how our homeless was being treated or mistreated, and now with the elitism and the NIMBY nationalized. It was already nationalized when SCOTUS made their ruling concerning about Oregon. We're worse than lepers, worse than AIDS patients. We're just stigmatized. Some people actually can't remember and try to build an empire or build their own lives beyond that. They can. But do they still carry the stigma about being out there and does it scare the shit out of them at night? It does me, Ed. It does me. I know what it's like. I'd seen it in their eyes. Heard it in their voices, and sometimes they laughed and joked. I've seen the people with less income joked about things. Although griped and grumbled, but they joked about things in the food lines. I saw humanity. I saw humanity. But then again, I also saw how much of a survival mode that everybody did, especially when it came down for the line. Oh, let's talk about that one, shall we? Let's talk about the food line, shall we? Out here, that I experienced for a few years. If you don't mark your place in line, You're pushed to the back, and even if you got your place, you can't move up unless it's ready to move up. Because there's always a group of people in there who pretend that they're elitism, and they say so. And they will bully. I've seen some people try to take advantage of it left and right. We had several food giveaways at different times out here in Antelope Valley. People would keep the score in their heads. They'd mark out their territory, make sure somebody watches their area so they can go out, mark up other areas so they can get their food. Sometimes they resell it, other times they utilize it. But they bully people. There's a food chain in there that they try to push the bullies to want more and more. But they get exactly the same out of the food giveaways. They're not happy with it. The variety's different. But they got to deal with what they got to deal with and push on and shove people out of the way. They're in a hurry to get whatever they can. Maybe it is for survival, or maybe they're doing it for commercial. I heard commercial on some occasions. Pissed me off about it. But you don't know who's really in need and who's not. You just deal with your line. You just deal with the item number in your line. You get a number, that's it. You wait. We'll wait to see if there's anything happening down the road, and you have to wait your turn. Happens that way in the GR buildings. Get your number, gotta wait. Gotta wait. Wait until your name calls. Wait until this thing happens. Wait until that happens. You have to wait. Sometimes I hate waiting. But I have to, and I have to keep pushing my own. Because I hate some of those people that keep trying to push me out of the line. I have to push back. It's not just metaphorically, it's physically too. It's survival sometimes. It gets ugly and harsh at times. They get rowdy, they get fearful, they get pushy, they get whatever they get. Things we have to deal with. I'm waiting for my computers to download stuff, put it on the internet. Or shall I say upload. I consider myself lucky. Blessed. I did say about the 1800. Well, I also didn't say anything about the food stamps. And because of the matrix that the state and federal use regarding food stamps, I get $20 a month. If I had less money, I may get more on the food. But not enough on the cash aid. Screw the cash aid. I get Social Security. That's the cash right there. I have to balance that shit out. When we had the COVID, right? They buried us alive with the food money like crazy. That I bought surplus stuff. I had to make sure that I was going to have the food supplies lasting for months. Tons of ramen, tons of Spam, cans of pineapple, maybe some vegetables if I'm lucky enough. And meat, well, I was the Spam, wasn't it? Or any other kind of thing I'd get. And cereal. Now I was just getting the stuff offline. When it came down for the grocery run, that was a different story altogether. That's when I started doing the DoorDash. So it gave me about, well, it could stretch out that much. 50 or 60 bucks worth of groceries for 3 or 4 days. Kept it going. How it works for me on that one there, Reverend Ed. Let me also do another story on you. When I do the DoorDash, currently. I'm estimating in my head that 3 or 4 days is the max I can do grocery runs because I'm also calculating on how much they got to carry to the door, or I have to go out there and get the stuff and bring it in, and most of the time it's heavy because I'm dealing with a lot of milk, and I'm dealing with the eggs, and I'm dealing with butter, and I'm dealing with meat. And sometimes I get about 2 chickens. Sometimes it's 1 chicken. Because if I get 1 chicken, then I'm getting another package of hamburger. And most of them's got to last me for about 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, depending on how much milk I get. If I get 2 gallons of milk, and I'm still nursing on a third, that's about maybe a third or a quarter down, then I can last about 5 to 7 days. I do cereal. I like cereal. I eat cereal. But when I can't, I'm frying or trying to get some kind of Pop Tarts going on. That's the thing from Amazon. Pop Tarts. Sucks for breakfast, but I eat it anyway. Give me some coffee, instant coffee. Give me some sugar. Ton of sugar I get from Amazon in the canisters. Used for drinks, sometimes for cereal. If I get fruit if I get fruit like bananas, I eat a ton of bananas. I don't look like a monkey or an ape. But I need the potassium. Especially if I'm going to get the salt, I need the potassium. So it helps. I'll get an occasional salad every so often. I'll get nuts now, irregular, but I'll have some magnesium in the body coming up that I'll be lacking. Raisin bran works because it's roughage, so is shredded wheat. It helps with the bowels, and so does raisins. I need the roughage. I need the roughage. I know I can walk around and get the roughage that way, but get the body moving that way. Processing better, but I still am used to the shredded wheat and raisin bran. I still like them both. A little bit of sugar, bananas, add some raisins to it. I get something to eat, or granola. I'll get frozen treats. Some stuff to fry up like potatoes, hash browns if I'm lucky enough. Onion rings, I'm getting a craving for those damn things these days. But if I get a ton of potatoes, maybe about 5 pound bag, I'll stretch it out for about a month, or maybe just 2 weeks. I'll cut them up, fry them up, turn them into French fries or hash browns. Or actually, fried potatoes anyway. Bag of onion works. I have to keep thinking about getting green onions because the flavor is mellowed. If I get a ton of ramen noodles, it's usually chicken flavored. I can't get the beef these days. I have to give me some beef bouillon for that. So I can do ramen noodles for meals. Gets monotonous, but the reason why I get 2 chickens, Ma gets one, I get one. Chop up chicken real fine, throw it in a pot with the noodles, add some onions to it. There's food. I'm getting back into macaroni and cheese, and I like that one too. Cheaper stuff I can get through Amazon or even from the store. 5 boxes means 5 meals. As a kid, I could eat 1 box for lunch. These days, I have to split it up into 2 meals. Cheaper in the pennies. That's things I have to work with. I have to save money for laundry if I have to. Clean clothes if I'm lucky enough. My mama, no canned dog food ever. I mean, not for years. I've been dealing with the frying up burgers and dealing with chicken. Rotisserie is a lot cheaper than the raw stuff. Raw stuff, there's not that much flavor for her, but she likes the flavor. But she's not suffering as much on that one. She likes it. So I have to watch out for the salt. I get one form, chop it up. If there's a little bit of grease on the damn thing, sop it up with some rice. She's able to eat that. That way, I'm keeping her from having diarrhea all over the damn place. Especially if there's too much grease in that thing. I need the rice to absorb it. It also goes for the hamburger. If I mix in with a hamburger mixture and rice and chicken, she'll be able to eat it. Special foods? Snack crackers, if I'm lucky. There is what I call special chicken, though. Once or twice a month, if I'm able to scrape it up, I get about a pound and a half of chicken strips. That makes a few meals right there. I used to go for their hot fries, potato wedges. I said, hell with it. If I give me a 5 or 10 pound bag of potatoes, I could do it myself. Or shoestrings, so I can cook it that way. I'll give some of the shoestrings to Mama, unsalted, chopped up, so she can eat. Of course, there's going to be some grease, and I'm not expecting the damn diarrhea to kick in. That's why I have to put in the hamburger and the rice, or chicken and rice. But at least something solid for her to get something clumped up so she doesn't leak it all over the damn place. But I also have to save enough money for the pads. Blue pads, the absorbing pads. Called chucks. Lay them out in certain areas. She's starting to mark up new territory, so I have to keep spraying it out. Get some kind of deodorant or something like that to spray it on the ground so it doesn't encourage her to use that spot ever again. Of course, scrubbing it up would be nice. I have to get me some more Comet or something like that to scrub up shit on the floor. I got mops for the stuff. I gotta do it. Sweep up when I can. Clean up the kitchen on the counters. Sponges. Detergent. Dish detergent. Get a used sponge, and that becomes the stuff I'm wiping up the counter with because the bug crap on it. I got to scrub down enough. But then again, it'll be coming back anyway because there's scent on there. Even if I get the chemical scent of the soap on it, doesn't matter. Even I have to wipe off the cabinets. They're closed-in environments. I have to save enough money to get me traps. I can't. Bug company can't supply them anymore. And they used to have this one guy to supply me the damn traps left and right, but I have to supply my own. And I said before, I got to pay for the checks unless I get something going through health insurance, but I have to see a doctor for that crap. Get enough garbage bags because I get them filled up with a lot of stuff that's tossed out. Not to mention the used trucks. Things I have to balance out in my head of what I need and what I don't need. What can I afford and what can I play with? Hardly ever play anymore. Are you kidding me? I know I sound like a gripe and grumble, but this is my life. I deal with my dog, and since she sleeps, I can sleep. Or take care of some stuff. Put her on the pads, and hopefully that she'll be able to pee on the damn thing. If she does, good. Then she wants to race right back into the bedroom again and start whining for me. Or she wants to race up and down the house about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I always have to keep her calmed down enough on that one, but she hates it. She hates it when I start trying to calm her down. Takes her off. Yeah. Oh, concerning about the food stuff. Again, let's see. When I go through Amazon, I'm getting Tang powder and I'm getting Gatorade, mixing them up. I'm drinking the orange because I need the orange juice. I need the vitamin C. I could drink apple juice, no problem. I could drink the quarts like crazy if I needed to. But if I have the powders regarding Tang and Gatorade, I can use the containers afterwards for storage. But mix the other stuff together like a mad scientist and stretch it out maybe about another week or two because I go through this stuff a great deal. Coffee, well, coffee's dehydrated. Coffee's crystals. I used to do before the bug war and before I lost outlets in this place. That I could plug in a coffee maker and make my coffee. When they got too damn heavy, they invested the coffee maker and a microwave oven I actually had, and anything else electrical that generated safety, security, and heat for these assholes. So I don't have an actual. I used to have a working stove, Ed. I got one burner working on it. I don't have an active oven. It's broken. It's been that way for a long while, years. So I deal with one burner, and I cook food on it. I gotten used to it. Sometimes I'll have a craving for restaurant food. It's getting too damn expensive out here. So I have to recreate what I can. For me, it's a constant survival. It's constant survival, Ed. I don't push it down people's throats. I just say what the hell's going on. I got DoorDash drivers know me and my history. We swap stories. Give it another minute or two and we talk things. And then they got to get their deliveries going. And that was since COVID. Prior to that, I'd get on the dial-a ride from hell, get it over to the store, get my shopping cart full of bags of groceries that'll last about 2 weeks. And that was well before Mama was taking a turn. So I have to deal with that. Am I grateful for what's happening? I'm just dealing and surviving with what is. I'm trying not to skull thump people on this one. But I am trying to do the best I can for right now. Am I grateful for what I've got right now? If I was a greedy son of a bitch at this point over here, I'd probably be saying, no, I want more. I've got what I've got. If I get more, I get more. But if I don't, I got what I got. I deal with it. I cope with it. And yeah, on some occasions, I'll increase the damn stuffed animals over there. Maybe one or two. Maybe one per year. Eventually, I have to give those things away. It's a life. And it's a life I deal and I struggle with. My place isn't the cleanest. My place isn't the neatest. My place sometimes shows like it's a real garbage heap sometimes. Especially when I'm dealing with dirty clothes. My struggle for sanity has been ongoing since I've lost family. And it's gotten heavier and heavier over the past decade and change. I dealt with it a long time ago because I had the support of family to get through it. But the problem is, we really didn't talk about death. We didn't talk about grieving or anything else. We just moved on. But because I missed Ma, I was breaking down left and right, and I had to go to school to beat back the pain, keep a promise. Still want to keep that promise. But the pain had gotten worse. I lost my family friend Dee, the surrogate mother and friend. Even worse. Lost dogs killed me. Capper, Dave, passing, big brother. So yeah, it's been a struggle. Uh, and you can tell her to put all that in your own notes regarding me because my therapist still needs to be reminded by putting this stuff in the notes as herself. That's why I keep telling her to check the YouTube because I'm always updating it of what's going on. But when it comes time for conversations between you and me, if I think it's relevant, I'll send her a link. The only problem is I don't know if she ever gets the damn link or if she's able to see the videos. But I needed to get these things off my chest, Reverend Ed. I had to. 3:41 in the morning. I need to go back to bed and sleep this stuff up and give the bugs their little vacation again. I mean, right now I'm already torturing them with the light so they can't stand it as much. But it's chewing up on the power because two computers are working right now. One's downloading some information, and this one I'll still have to download the information onto a drive, and then on this particular laptop over here and have it utilized. What else is new? But that's what's going on right now. Hadn't seen a doctor in a long while, so my body still hadn't deteriorated that much, but except I got the neuropathy in both hands and feet. It's constantly numb and sometimes pain at nighttime, both in the feet and the hands. I know. Eventually, I still got to see how badly I've deteriorated to if I'm going to be salvaged or not. I'm well aware of that one too. It's not that I'm looking towards death and forward death and having, be happy thoughts about it. No, I'm scared shitless of it. I don't want to go through death, but I got to go through death anyway because we got to die anyway. I'm doing it kicking and screaming. God wouldn't want it anyway, but I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm not doing a dance thing. I'm going into heaven. I'm going into heaven. No, I may go to hell at this point. Because some of the stuff I've been doing or saying, trying to say the truth, trying to. I don't know. It's going to be up to God whether or not I get it accepted into heaven or not. I still believe in Jesus. Don't get me wrong on that one. Even Jesus still needs to hear me saying I still believe in him. But he would also know my heart and my head as well. He would know me better than I know myself. I could blame, scream, and yell and freak out. And I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. So for right now, I'm going to call it a night or a few hours of darkness anyway, and maybe get about an hour and a half sleep again. And we'll see what happens later on. I may download these things a little bit later, but I've got some fresh stuff being pushed through the YouTube, and I got to get them labeled. Probably do them when I get it back up again. Sorry for taking up a hell of a lot of your time there. You got too many subscribers looking for you. And I'm just one of them. There's a lot of things we're all going through, and I just need someone out there I can hold a hand and say, look, a teddy bear might work, but I'll still need someone to give me a bit of a bear hug. I used to do that a long time ago. I was a lot younger, and I guess I had a little bit more empathy back then. Somebody was having a bad day, I'd give them a bear hug. Will you leave my mouse alone? Thank you very much. Freaking bug. I used to do bear hugs. I get squeezed to death when this one neighbor comes by and does one to me. And boy, does he do one. Oi. Now I know how my mother feels. My little dog mama. When I try to give her a hug. Oh, she can't stand it. Not that Not that much porcelain anyway. I'm afraid of breaking her bones. She's still sleeping, but I get back over there, she's gonna be awake because she'll know my scent, and she'll be fussing. So, no Maltus, my friend, no